not only did my tire recommendation win the race, literally the tires that I purchased with my own money from biketiresdirect.com won the race. I gave them straight to Braden Lang, and I said, look, you don't need to pay me. The only thing you need to do is you need to take home that jersey next week. And he fucking did it, dude.
This sounds like a Hallmark movie where you're like on your deathbed and you're like, you need to go win, Braden.
It basically
2.4 Schwalbe racing bricks.
What up, party people? Welcome back for another episode of the Bonk Bros podcast, where Scott kicks us off by enlightening us on the ins and outs of crabbing and his recent go at being a half marathoner. Then we talk about Nino's final moments. Oh, shit. Sorry, y'all. Okay, back at it. Then we talk about Nino's final moments at the last round of the World Cups this last weekend, all before ending the show with some bonk or ballin'. But actually, if you want to see the bonk or ballin' segment on video, you got to head over to the separate YouTube video for that, because we decided, you know what, it's really one of those things where you got to visualize it if you really want to get the full experience. And for those of you that didn't want to tune in for that for the entirety of the show, you can just head over and just see that segment on its own. So we clipped that out, put that in a whole separate YouTube video that'll be going out. So you can just tune in and just catch that bonker ballin' segment by itself. Oh yeah, one last thing. Brandon Lang showed us this last weekend why mountain biking actually is the spirit of gravel after all. So we get more into that when we talk about gravel nats. All right, if you have any questions or feedback for the show, you can always drop us a note at bonkbrospodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit up the Bonk Bros Instagram page. You can also sign up for Bonk Bros Patreon and get a hold of us that way. This week's episode is being brought to you by all of our friends over at Silca. Silca is one of the best one-stop shop stations for all things marginal gains and high-end bike accessories. We're talking things like chain wax and Crockpotanator 4000s, Ultimate Tire Sealant 2.0, Bike Spa washing kits, as well as all the luxury tools and accessories that you can possibly imagine. All of this at a special listener discount when you type in the code BONKBROS September 25 at checkout. That's right. That's BONKBROS September 25, all one word, all lowercase, at checkout for that extra discount. Yeah, and then make sure to check out the show notes for all the other show sponsor information and discount codes, so you can be sure to get that discounted rate that you deserve. All right, that's enough for today. Let's get this party started. Dude, you can see Scott's face get nervous every time the numbers are on the screen.
A vein in his forehead starts coming out.
Yeah, his blood pressure is through the roof right now. Look at him.
All right, my left leg.
I want to.
Oh, damn.
All right, Scott, show us your 13.1 sticker.
Oh my!
What's going on the back?
Did you get medals around here somewhere?
You get tatted?
No, I didn't get tatted. Oh, you're supposed to put a sticker on your car now. That's right.
Yeah.
No, that's
tell
not
everybody
cool.
that you're half as good as.
I'm not putting a sticker till it's 100
athlete.
miles.
Look, I don't want to offend any half marathoners out there, but this is going to be offensive. There's nothing lamer than having a 13.1 sticker on your car. The 26.2 sticker, fine, cool, you did a marathon. If you did half of something, don't advertise that to people.
Well, so this particular half marathon, that was the longest distance that you could choose from.
And just choose
So
another
that
race.
made me feel like if it was like a marathon and then I wanted to go do the half, I would be like, this is kind of like soft. There's an actual full that I could do. I wasn't going to do that just off the couch.
Sure.
That's kind of too much. I could do it, but I was dying by the end. So I was hurting bad.
With your 5 minutes of prep, texting the group chat before.
I feel like my prep was pretty, other than the fact that I did no training, everything else was perfect.
So
what's everything else in that situation?
Like nutrition, hydration, like pacing was pretty good. I feel like I was going to fall apart no matter what pace I went, because my legs just could not take the pounding on the pavement. So it doesn't matter if you're running 8s or 7s or whatever. I still
have you been running
recently? Very mildly, like a mile and a half maybe at a time.
Jeez. All right. And so
nothing longer than 20
running's
minutes.
Not an issue for your iliac artery.
No, I've been riding too.
Oh,
I just can't train and to be able to race,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, so is it your knee or what are you getting surgery on?
My artery.
Your artery, okay. What's up with your knee then?
Adam, we went over this.
Nothing.
Okay, because you had knee problems for a while. Remember, we always made fun of you for being on your knees. Are your knees good now?
You mustn't do that behind my back. Yeah, my knee's fine. Well,
maybe we did it in your shitty,
I don't know, mile
shitty
11 has started getting a little twinge in the old knee, but that's expected, right?
Yeah. Okay, so knees are good. It's just the
knees
artery.
are good.
Okay, cool.
Scott, will we see you at the Mid-South 2026?
The Mid-South double are we talking about?
I'm going to say I'm going to do it now and then probably not do it.
Dang.
I'd like to do it, though.
You can do just the ultra.
The double, or would you just like to do the gravel
double
race?
Oh, shit. No, I'm not.
I don't care about the gravel race. Who cares about that?
I feel like if you were in shape, you could have won the U.S. Nats, the gravel Nats that was this weekend.
Listen, we're still on half marathon talk. Okay, DJ,
I don't really care about that.
Don't try to steer us towards other amateur events.
And we also have at least 45 minutes to discuss how I got second place at the Kingsville Blue Crab Open heaviest bushel competition.
Yeah, explain this.
So are we done with the half marathon?
What else do you want to tell us?
Do you have anything else to tell us about it?
What was your strides per minute?
I don't know. I was trying to figure out how to do that. How do you do that? How many
carbs did you take in?
I took 2 gels for breakfast, and then I had like a carbs fuel packet. So what is that? 75 grams of carbs in a bottle. And then I had 2 gels during the race, which I wish I would have had more, but they only had the gels at like the halfway point.
Well, yeah,
at
it's
the
a
aid
half
station.
marathon.
Yeah, so I wanted more gels.
Water every 2 miles or something?
Yeah, they had water. But then they didn't only had gels halfway. But then like the gels were like in the water stop. So I don't want to take the gel.
Bro, a half marathon should take you like an hour. How many gels do you need?
It takes like the best people in the world like an hour, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought you were like an elite athlete.
I would have taken like 4 probably.
Hours to complete?
No, 4 gels. 4 gels. If I would have had like if I would have been more prepared. I didn't know where the gels were.
Okay.
All right, you heard it here first. Scott's going for the UTMB series in 2026.
Sounds like an infection.
And the finishing medal had a duck on it.
What's the did you run through like ponds?
It was in
and
like
shit?
a town called Havertide, which is like a big like waterfowl hunting town.
Of course,
like they have like a decoy museum, and they have a decoy museum at this town.
Is that
a duck decoy?
Was that
museum.
the main draw? Is you were just in town for the decoy museum?
There's
doing
like
some shopping?
there's like signs when you're running, like decoy show October, blah blah blah. Like they have like a fucking expo.
Did you like put that on your calendar while you were running?
The winners won a hand carved decoy.
Is that why you did it?
Hand carved out of what?
Wood. Like on a giant like piece of wood, like it was on like it's like a trophy, you know.
Wow,
it was cool.
I really don't want to send you down another rabbit hole, but I don't even know what a decoy is.
It's a fake duck that you use to try to imitate other ducks, and then the other ducks fly in, and then you shoot them.
Wow.
Or you take pictures of them if you choose to do that, or you just watch.
It's to lure them in.
Yeah, to lure them in.
All right, just get to the crab competition already, and then we can talk about bike racing.
Real outdoorsy.
I don't want to give away my secrets for the comp.
Who the fuck is listening to this looking for crab catching?
We've already
That's
lost
true.
half the
The
listeners
people in the
at this
competition are probably the least likely people to listen to this on planet Earth.
Yeah.
They don't even know what podcasts are. They've never listened to a podcast.
I don't doubt it. They're probably all 70 pounds overweight at least.
Oh, 70?
Jeez.
Yeah. It was a competition to see who could catch the heaviest. So you know what a bushel is, Dylan? I know Tyler and Adam know, so that's why
I can gather what it is.
It's a basket, like a bushel basket.
Right. Yeah, sure. Yep.
So you have to catch, that's the limit, is 1 bushel per boat. So you catch the heaviest bushel, not the most amount of crabs, not the biggest bushel, because that doesn't exist. The heaviest bushel. So you gotta do whatever it takes to get the heaviest bushel. I don't want to give away my secrets.
How do they determine what the limit is, though? Like, can your bushel be overflowing? Like, it just has to.
It's got to get the lid on. So if you get a big bushel, you call it a lid bender because you bend the lid on top of all the pile of crabs over top.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are you able to use decoys for this competition? Crab decoys to lure the other crabs in?
No, chicken necks. Some people use bull lips, eel, clams.
What do you use?
Chicken necks.
Okay.
Is that a trade secret?
No, that's like the most common bait ever. But that's just that it's easy. You can go to the grocery store and buy chicken necks. Versus like, you ever tried to buy bull lips at the grocery store?
Never in my life.
As a vegan, I do that all the time. I go to the grocery store trying to buy bull lips.
We use bovine esophagus for work. Try buying
crabs?
That's
for work?
No, not for crabs.
Well, what are you doing with
What are you doing with your athletes?
It's my secret.
Okay.
Okay. I still don't know what you're using the esophagus for. Maybe I don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Cool. Well, that was riveting.
Wait, so how heavy was this bushel?
Oh my
Mine was like, so a standard bushel is 45 pounds. So if you go buy a bushel of crabs, you want it to weigh 45 pounds. And ours was like 50 point something or other. And then the winning one was like 55. So I was kind of surprised that we got
How do they make
second
sure you
rather.
didn't throw like a bunch of sand in there or something?
They didn't really.
There's the secret, man. There's your secret.
Well, I mean, you could cheat, sure, but that's not
what if
fun.
you just put
It's it's also like a fundraiser. Like, so everyone catches the bushel, the heaviest bushel, and then all you win is like a plastic trophy. That's it.
So this is basically like the charity ride version of crab catching.
Exactly. And then you could buy tickets to an event where the crabs were served, and then all the money got donated to like the fire department.
So you don't get to keep the crabs.
No, but I went and caught more crabs yesterday for dinner. I don't need more crabs.
Super impressive, man. Wow.
It's way cooler than you getting 17th place at another gravel race.
Yeah. No,
Filtered.
Whoa, dude.
Filtered
Non-bike
results.
race.
Filtered results.
Yeah. Cool. Well, can we talk about bike racing now?
What fake bike racing or real bike racing? What do you want to talk about?
I mean, what's the most real bike race that happened this weekend? There was a
World
lot of bike races.
Dude, Margie Gessick was this weekend.
Whoa.
What the hell is that?
That's kind of a real bike race. It's kind of a real hard race, that's for sure.
All right. Well,
Jordan Wakely set the course record. You were going to go too, weren't you?
17 hours.
I was not even remotely going to go, but
you talked about it in like January.
Yeah.
No, but that's it.
He beat Bishop's time.
He beat whoever had the best time before.
I'm pretty sure it was Bishop from like 2018 or something.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. No, we should talk about world champs.
Okay.
Did you watch it?
Time trial won by like a minute.
Yeah.
I think it was over a minute, wasn't it? Like
I don't even know where it was.
Minute and a half or something.
It was a lot.
Yeah, and the fact that Remco caught Tade on a climb and then dropped him.
Dude, he had a 2.5 minute head start on Remco.
Dude, I want to know what the drafting rule is. I know like theoretically there was probably no drafting because they were going uphill, but he was like a bike length behind him for a while.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
The commentators were saying that he's not allowed to do that. Like
really?
He was sitting behind Remco and the commentators were freaking out. They're like, he's not allowed to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he should have been doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, geez. I mean, even the women's time trial, is that the gap? That's the gap. Sorry. The gap was almost a minute between Marlon Reusser and Anna van der Breggen. And then, minute 14 to Jay Vine. And then 2:37 to Tade, who was in fourth.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. You think that's just because it was such a hilly course that the gaps are so big?
I think Remco is just that much better at time trialing than the rest of the field.
Yeah.
Plus, he had that updated, specialized Spaceballs helmet on. So,
I love how that helmet has like a visor, but it doesn't even block your eyes.
no, it does. Just out here.
No, dude, bugs are still getting in your eyes for sure.
The purpose of those helmets aren't even to block your eyes. They're to improve the aero.
I know. But what about your eyeballs?
Yeah, who cares about your eyeballs, dude? You can't see anyway when you're time trialing. Your eyes should be in your hands.
That's true.
And you're just looking at the Garmin.
You should do a time trial.
Directions.
You know how many YouTube videos you could make about setting up a bike to do like the national championships time trial and then doing it and trying to win?
I feel like in an alternate universe where I like grew up in the UK where time trialing is really popular, I'd be a complete time trial nerd.
Are you
just
not
do
already?
nationals? It's perfect for you. It's pan, flat, no turns. There might be 2 turnarounds or something.
Why was turns bad for me?
Because you're a gravel rider. You don't have any skills.
Okay.
Because you're probably not used to riding a time trial bike. And like then, all your supposed 1,000 watts of aero gains would be more beneficial.
Yeah. No, I actually, I think the timing is terrible because it's right around the time of Unbound, but I would genuinely be interested in doing time trial nats.
Yeah, but it's not like you're doing like a race that it's only an hour max. Maybe an hour 10 for you, but it's an hour.
Yeah, I think what I'm saying is like I just wouldn't be able to train specifically for it because I'd be training for Unbound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
But yeah, no, I
actually, I think who knows when the date will be next year.
Mm-hmm.
What about that one time Alexi trained for time trial nats?
When he was going to go to the Olympics?
Thinking he was going to go to the Olympics. And then...
How did he do good at Unbound that year?
No,
that was when
his brother's wedding.
Yeah, he made the terrible decision to go to his own brother's wedding.
Well, so the thing, Alexi, I think Alexi puts out terrible power in the TT position, like much lower than his normal power output. Like I think if you were to look at his like watts per kilo in a normal riding position, and then you were to look at his wind tunnel results and you took those two and put them together, you'd be like, holy shit, he can win TT nats. But that was just not the reality of the situation when he was actually on the bike trying to put out power.
Sure. It's kind of like if you look at Farm Watts' watts on the trainer and, think he's going to win gravel nats.
Think he's going to win everything. 500 watts for an hour. Like, what race can you not win with 500 watts for an hour?
Is there an answer to that, or is this just
probably not TT Worlds because you got to beat Remco?
Yeah, I don't think Remco is putting out 500 watts for TT Worlds because he's so small, but it's probably not far off actually.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of putting out 500 watts, what's the deal with Alan Hatherley this year? He's done like 5 races and one of them was world champs, and he just seems to keep riding away from everybody.
Yeah, it didn't even look hard for him.
No. I don't understand. Like, I watched world champs, watched Lenzerheide, and he just seemingly just pedals away as if he's on an e-bike or something. It's wild.
Yeah. Maybe that new Giant is actually an e-bike. They screwed up and they gave it. Yeah.
Could be. Heard it here first.
Yeah. No. It didn't even really. The last 2 weeks, it didn't even really look like he was trying. Fortunately, Jenny Risvitz actually had serious competition in the women's race. Because Jenny Risvitz last week, it looked like the same thing. Like, it looks like she just rode away from it, but she didn't even take the win this time.
No. Well, Alessandra Keller had the home country advantage, so that helps.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Did you see Sevilla's crash?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I don't know how she walked away from that and still ended up
I
on the
was gonna say, I
podium.
think she like rode pretty hard away from that.
Yeah. That looked, do you even, I mean, I saw her, she like reached up to touch her glasses, but then I still don't know how her front wheel jerked to the point where she just sent it over the handlebars.
I mean, I think she just hit that bump in the dirt right when she was adjusting her glasses.
Yeah, the thing that's hard to tell is that her dropper's down, so she's standing in that position too. Like if you ever tried to like while you're standing go one-handed to do something, it's like way more unstable than when you're sitting, obviously. So she's like standing, bent over, goes like adjust her glasses, and then hits a bump.
Yeah.
All in like a fraction of a second.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate because, I mean, we're never going to know what would have happened if she hadn't crashed, but she seemed like she could. That was a winning
She finished
position.
25 seconds down. I mean,
yeah, I know.
That crash easily cost her 25 seconds.
Yeah, but it's not even, it's just necessarily the crash itself. It's like being, having the wind knocked out of you after the crash and then the adrenaline and all of that. Like,
For sure. Yeah.
And the mental state that you're in after the crash definitely screwed up her rhythm.
How far into the race was it again?
I'm going to say it was like lap 3 or something.
That's what I thought. Yeah, like third lap or something. So
yeah.
Pretty impressive though.
Jenny Rizvitz seems to have this strategy of just going out as hard as she possibly can, and then if it sticks, then she just rides all the way to the finish. But then if it doesn't, I don't know. Then she's got to contend with riders that didn't go as hard as they possibly could in the first lap. I don't know if Jenny is actually going as hard as she possibly can, or if she's just that much stronger on the first lap. But I don't know. It's easy to say something is a questionable strategy when it doesn't work, right? Because if Jenny Rizvitz had won again, then I'd be saying something else. I'd be like, oh man, she's just so strong. It's crazy. But when you have a significant gap on the first lap and then the leaders come back to you and then you don't end up winning the race, like it's easy to look back at the race and be like, was that actually a good idea to go that hard on the first lap, or should I have maybe saved some matches and just chilled?
Right.
I mean, it seemed to work for Luana Lecomte a season or two ago, a couple seasons ago, when she would do the same thing. She would just go out and just, usually on a climby course, she would do that, but she would just hammer the first lap or whatever the first hill was and just totally break it up.
But she would also like form a pretty huge gap early on.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's a big difference. Like if you've got a gap on someone and then the mental game starts to kind of play in, that's way different than just like hanging on for dear life still, but like still on the wheel.
Yeah. I don't even see her.
I don't know. I think it makes it at least more exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's compelling to watch good racing.
Yeah.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Cole Punchard, who just headbutted the shit out of Koretsky when he tried to pass.
Koretsky headbutted him because he just put the elbow out.
Koretsky headbutted him because he
Oh,
Cole
yeah,
threw
yeah,
him a
yeah.
bow.
Yeah.
What did Koretsky, did he pull out?
His
I don't see his
wheel
name on
just
there.
detonated
Okay.
and his tire came completely off.
It seems
the
to
rim.
happen quite often.
What, wheels just blow up and
The
mountain bike
tire just
races?
completely blowing off the rim, and like how many times that happened to you?
Twice?
Maybe once. I can remember that happening.
It happened to me once in college, but I had a lefty fork, and the tire just blew off.
It blew
into the
straight
woods.
off the side.
into the woods. Like it was like a gunshot into the woods.
What? Did you have it pumped up to like 90 PSI?
No, I was doing something stupid in a short track race and blew it off of.
Yeah. That is an advantage of a lefty. Makes putting a new tire.
You can change the tire without taking the wheel off. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think's going on with Blevins?
He had a mechanical.
Did he? Okay.
Looked like his chain, based on what the
Something
mechanics
with
were
his
working on.
chain. Yeah.
Man, what's up with that team, dude? Their bikes are just falling apart.
Yeah.
But dude,
embarrassing.
Cold Puncher, dude, 6th. I saw Tyler Orschel is 19th. Did you see that where he did the last couple laps with Nino? That was pretty sick.
Did he beat Nino?
Yeah.
Impossible. What would you do in that situation? You're racing Nino. It's like his last race.
You race the fuck out of him.
Yeah, put him in the grave, dude.
You're that try hard. You're that guy
you think he
like,
wants somebody to let them beat him for 19th place?
I mean, okay,
let's say, hold on. Let's say you're Tyler. Put yourself in Tyler's shoes.
He wants to be chopped.
You can either tell your grandkids when you're 70 that you beat the greatest mountain biker of all time
His last race,
or you don't get to say that at all.
He's not Drew Dillman.
I would be trying to beat him for sure.
Hell yeah.
And Nino would want him to try to beat him.
Yeah.
For sure. He doesn't want any freebies.
Yeah. Otherwise, Nino would tell everyone to no one gets to beat him and he wins the last race. Why does Nino care if he gets 24th or 23rd?
Yeah, Nino doesn't. I mean, Nino clearly didn't care what place he got. He wasn't sprinting anyone at the finish. He was just waving to the crowd.
Yeah, he was also riding no-handed, doing wheelies and whips and...
Yeah.
I mean, it did look funny watching some of the guys sprinting past him at the end. That was kind of funny to watch. I don't know that I would have gone that far to be the dude that's trying to pass Nino just before the line. Just let him have his moment in that instance. But
looks like that dude was Alex Melikarn. Got him by 1 second at the line.
Yeah.
No, the one dude that just was barely in front of him was pointing at Nino when he crossed the line. He was celebrating with Nino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get in that finisher picture.
But make sure you're in front of him, not behind him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. What is it with the what's the draw for the Canadians to come and hang out in Brevard?
I mean, because it's fucking awesome.
Do you guys recruit heavy?
Dude, that's a far drive. I don't even want to drive to Brevard. I'm halfway there. Holy shit.
Dude. I mean, I actually hesitate to say anything nice about Brevard on this podcast anymore because there's way too many people here in the summer now, but so I'll just shut up.
You think that's our fault?
Yeah, you think this podcast is causing people to go to Brevard?
Bro, people text me all the time. They're like, "Oh yeah, I heard you." No, they might not exactly say that, but they're just they're trying to get in on Brevard. You know what I mean?
Is it like the Girona of the Southeast?
Yeah, it's the Girona of Alabama. You know what I mean?
It already peaked, dude. It's on the way down. You heard it here first.
The riding's probably better than Girona, except for the rednecks. But
yeah, well, there are rednecks.
And the dogs. The dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, controversial statement here, but I don't know if I have ridden in a place in the U.S. that is better road riding than Brevard.
How many places in the U.S. have you ridden?
Dude.
DC and Brevard?
Dude, are you kidding me? I've been to every state except for Hawaii and Alaska.
Have you ridden in every state except for Hawaii and Alaska?
No.
Let's poke holes in this theory.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you guys are doing out there, it's producing some pretty good XCO racers.
Is that Brevard or is that just the, maple syrup?
Yeah, whatever they're drinking up there in Canada.
That is true. It could be something in the maple syrup. Didn't even think about that. All right, we can talk about cyclocross, which I know you want to talk about, DJ, or gravel nationals, whichever one.
Yeah, dude, cross is coming.
It's here. It's happening. But that's okay. Just go to YouTube, Wide Angle Podium, watch their shit.
What? Are you not going to tell us about it?
We could talk about cyclocross.
I've honestly
didn't Brewer
more
streak the
interesting
weekend
than anything else.
I've honestly not followed it one single bit.
It was Rochester this weekend, right?
Me.
Rochester was this weekend. Eric did win both days.
Why do you say it like that?
Because I was just verifying on the internet here before I say Eric won both days and then open up the tab and Strohmeyer won or something like that.
I mean, wouldn't be the first time we've been wrong on this podcast.
It's a weekly occurrence.
weekly, dude. It's like a minute occurrence when Drew is on.
Dude, how about friend of the podcast, Kerry Werner, still holding it down?
He's turning into a second day.
Sunday.
He's turning into a second day pro for sure. Only really good on the second day. Not so much the first.
He has to train the first day to get in shape for day 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Proud of Kerry for being out there as a 34-year-old amongst the youths and holding it down.
Is that all? Kerry's only 34?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Kerry was a senior in college when I was a freshman.
Wow.
I remember trying to race him. He probably doesn't remember me at all because I was so far back, but
yeah, that's probably accurate. Kerry barely remembers me, and I feel like I've raced him a bunch of times.
I remember
we've been in the same race a bunch of times, I should say.
Yeah, I remember there was a short track race where Kerry did something to piss off the USAC official. Like I'm trying to remember what he did to piss off the USAC official, but usually he would get a front row start because he's the fastest one there, but they made him start all the way in the back in a short track race. And I think he still won.
Nice.
What a boss. Well, that's it. Just wanted to talk about cyclocross. We've covered it.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, what do you want to talk about?
So do they fail? Are these live streamed now or no?
No live streaming, but Bill and Michael Bodeheimer are doing like race recaps basically. So there's like 12 to 20 minute videos on YouTube that you can watch on CXTV that you can basically watch the entire race and see how it played out. So at Rochester, I don't think I watched day 2, but basically Brunner just like cracked Strohmeyer. But that's also a really, I don't know. I don't know Eric that well, but I feel like a course that's really well suited for him specifically as like just a monster watts. And yeah, I hope that people can't hang on. Looking to Scott for confirmation. He's probably looking at a bush hole.
Don't ever look to Scott for confirmation of anything.
It was his teammate. I figured he would help me out here, but leave me hanging.
Scott, did you ever race Rochester?
Yep. I did it once.
Okay.
I think. Just once.
So what do you think of that course?
Is it a power monster watts
kind
of place?
I guess. You're just kind of like riding through the field the whole time. That's like
imagine what every cyclocross race is.
Well, yeah, but it's just like mostly flat.
Okay.
And there's a little wood section and then that's it.
Yeah, they got the little gritty section.
Scott, you were 11th and 18th in 2021.
I didn't have a great weekend.
It's garbage.
Yeah, it was terrible. But that was like when I decided to do cross like that, but like last minute.
When you were still in road shoes?
Yeah. Well, no, Drew actually sold me a pair of mountain bike shoes in the parking lot.
For that race?
For one of them.
Jeez. Did he charge you retail?
No. It wasn't a great deal though.
I'm sure he still made money on them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it? I mean, I don't want to like actually shit on cyclocross because I do still love cyclocross at heart, but it just it is like kind of sad to see like where the state of cyclocross is.
It is sad because it's way more entertaining than gravel from a spectator perspective.
Yeah.
But there's just not like the participation, I guess, these days.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to go to gravel.
Look, I think gravel, after doing this half marathon, is very similar. Not that I know anything about gravel, but you can just finish a gravel race and feel accomplished. Whereas cross, you can't just like finish. Like that's not an accomplishment because it's like only 45 minutes long. You know, you're not just going to sign up for a cross race to finish.
What I was going to say too is like, don't you feel like there's more intrigue in people racing a 200-mile race than there is a race that lasts 1 hour?
No.
Maybe I'm biased.
not at all.
Maybe I'm biased, but like for the average person,
You're biased and you're wrong.
okay. I'm just saying for the average person that might be wanting to follow some bike racing, you tell them 200 miles and their head explodes. They're like, wait, people do that in one day? Not only is it one day, but it's only like 8 hours at this point.
I mean, it's definitely way easier to explain Unbound to someone than cyclocross. Yeah. Like try explaining cyclocross to the layperson. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You're like,
just
have you
don't
seen
get it.
steeplechase? And they're like, what is that? And you're like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
You seen supercross? It's like that, but
It's
less
like
cool.
that, except way lamer.
I mean, I think I was kind of like thinking about this weekend as I was watching some of the highlights and asking kind of the same question, Adam, of like, why aren't more people interested in cyclocross? And also seeing a clip of some people riding gravel and they're like ripping through a field and they're like, this is so cool. It's like, wow, don't tell them that cyclocross exists because they might leave gravel. But it just seems like, I don't know, it seems like we're all kind of chasing, like we're looking retroactively, we're like, for some reason, gravel became the thing that people wanted to do, maybe because they didn't want to feel bad about results on a results page, or they wanted to ride 200 miles or something like that. And so therefore the eyes in the industry all is like, oh, we want to like pivot to this instead of looking forward and innovating a little bit. Like, how could we make something like cyclocross cool, or like package it up as something that could be shown on TV? I don't know. I feel like sometimes we're sort of looking in the rear view mirror instead of looking ahead. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I mean, gravel could just be at its peak right now, just like cross was at its peak back in 2012 or whatever. You know what I mean? And then we're sitting here in 2032 and we're like
still doing this podcast.
Whatever happened to gravel? You guys remember when we used to race gravel, and by then it's like, some other discipline that's not even invented yet is
cycling gymnastics.
Thing. Yeah, right.
I don't know. I mean, do you guys feel like DJ, you've been going to a lot more of these gravel events than I have. What's the attendance like? Is it losing its appeal?
No, gravel's not losing its appeal. I mean, I don't have numbers for you, but I don't.
When have we ever come with facts on this podcast, as you said moments ago?
So what you're saying
races
about
that you'd expect to sell out still sell out.
Yeah, what you're saying about gravel, I mean, the same thing is happening with traditional XEO mountain biking in the US. Like, there are some XEO races that exist, but like it's kind of like, okay, well, can you make it to the World Cup? No. Okay, well then go race gravel, because there ain't XEO races in the US that you can, compete at a pro level.
Mm-hmm. Unless you live in like the Mountain West area.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what the like USA cycling UCI XEO calendar was like this year, but it used to be there, 15 races or something like that, but I would imagine there's probably only 5 or 6 anymore.
It's probably the same ones, right? Vale Lake, whatever else, Missoula. Yeah.
But then
Hollow.
I've seen like at nationals at least for like 15, 16s or 17, 18s, there's so many kids that go to nationals that they have to have like multiple waves,
for mountain bike.
But then the elite race is like 30 guys, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. Well, that's just because of how big NICA is, right? So NICA's huge, and there's all these kids getting into it. And it's just, I mean, it's kind of weird that doesn't translate into more adult pros doing it.
They probably learned their lesson that it's a waste of their time.
But I like,
or they get
it's hard because there's just, outside of the sport, there's just really there is no spectating. Unless you're within cycling, you're not turning on the TV to watch bike racing, right? So in the States, like professional bike racing has to just follow the industry. And right now the industry is all about gravel. The industry doesn't care about XCO mountain biking. It doesn't care about cyclocross.
Mm-hmm. But like if you go to a NICA race, it basically is a cyclocross race without barriers.
What do you mean? What,
like
they're racing in a grass field?
Courses are soft.
Yeah, which is fine. Like that's how you get kids into it, right? Can you imagine like you watch a junior cyclocross race and you watch like a junior cyclocross race and they're trying to pick up their bikes which way more than them. Like you can understand it. It's a great way to get kids into the sport, but also like they're already basically doing cyclocross. Mm-hmm. And I'm biased. Like I would like to see more people do cyclocross because I think it for an hour of your time, 2 hours, if you watch the men's and the women's race, you can get a lot more than 2 hours of Unbound. You've barely got past the neutral rollout at that point. It seems like, you know, like I agree that it is impressive to do Unbound. And I can understand the appeal of doing a race that long or doing some of these gravel events. But if you're I don't know that I would say that Unbound is more compelling. Like I watch a little bit through Instagram, go do my stuff for another 3 hours and then come back and check in again to see that you guys are at the halfway point. So it's just like it's hard to keep, like, I'm not going to sit down and watch 10 hours of Unbound.
I don't think anyone, do you think anyone did that?
Dude, but even
sure
when
there's somebody who watched the entire thing from start to finish.
Even when you just watch the Lifetime Grand Prix highlight reel or whatever, like the video that they put out the day after, which is like as much drama, as much excitement as you can pack into the video for what the race is, it's still not like riveting like watching XCO racing or downhill mountain biking or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you can't hype it up enough.
It's just not very like intense. Like Keegan drops whoever on the climb halfway through the race and then rides in by himself. Impressive. Very impressive. But like, I don't know. To watch it, it's not that cool. I've tried watching the Lifetime videos and I rarely make it through the whole thing without turning it off.
It's tough.
All right. Well, this is what I want to say. For anybody who's ever doubted my tire choices, you're
just so obsessed with your tire choices. You're obsessed with your tire choices.
Are we switching the focus to Nats now? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, we're switching the focus to Nats. I not only did my tire recommendation win the race, literally the tires that I purchased with my own money from biketiresdirect.com won the race. And I received no money for them. I gave them straight to Braden Lang. And I said, look, you don't need to pay me. The only thing you need to do is you need to take home that jersey next week. And he fucking did it, dude.
This sounds like a Hallmark movie where you're like on your deathbed and you're like, you need to go win, Braden.
It basically
2.4 Schwalbe Racing Ricks.
So I've got a bit of a hot take, and I'm going to shout out my boy Ryan Standish here. But I think he was right like 4 years ago when he said mountain biking is the spirit of gravel.
Yeah.
Braden Lang.
Is he
true
a mountain
biker? Oh yeah.
Oh.
Wasn't he supposed to be on today?
Yeah, he pushed out. He wouldn't wake up at 6 a.m.
Gosh.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd be more grateful after DJ put on his tires for him.
That is a great point. He should be on here just because
did you mount the tires for him?
Tires, dude. No, I didn't mount them.
DJ hired somebody to mount the tires.
So can you tell us the story? Like, why did he need tires? Did he like forget tires at home or something?
Well, he doesn't have a tire sponsor, shockingly. Anyway, so I was he was at the same house that I was at for Schwamigan, and we were talking about gravel nats, and I was talking about what tires to run for gravel nats, and he was I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do the race, and he's he's like, yeah, all I have right now is Conti Race Kings on my bike, and I was like, yeah, it's probably not the best tire for that course. And
Isn't that
then
the tire that you
which
think
is like the only tire that you've ever talked about. Is
yeah.
He's like, what the fuck, dude? I got these tires just because of you.
I mean, look, I should, I'm taking a lot of credit right now, which is probably unfair because I got the tire that I gave him. I got that from a recommendation from Chase Work.
Okay.
Like Chase Work lives there. So he's very familiar with what the course, I mean, he designed the course. Like, so.
Whoa, dude.
It seems unfair.
It does seem unfair.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably why he got fifth, right? Like he probably took some shortcut halfway through.
Exactly. He knows all the shortcuts.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's really Chase Works recommendation. And then I had the tires in my car. And then Braden was like, I don't have tires. I'm just going to have to I don't know, find a bike shop or something. And I was like, no, dude, just take these. You don't need to pay me for them. Just go win the jersey. Yeah.
And you did.
And he did. Yeah.
In this Hallmark movie, did you, when he crossed the line, do you die before or after he crosses the line?
At the same moment.
At the same moment.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate because there was no live stream. There was no live updates or anything. And that's
so we don't. Was there
no
like
idea what
any
happened.
clips after?
Not really.
You know, it'd be nice
Not that I've seen.
if the guy who won would come on the podcast to tell us what happened.
Tell us, I know.
Yeah, for
Fucking
real.
won't get out
What
of
the
bed.
heck?
Lazy fuck.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I feel like that's the least he could do right now for us.
We have no idea. We could have gotten Chase on, I guess, but
Nah,
we didn't do
that's okay. I don't want to hear about Chase taking shortcuts. Do we know what happened to Drew?
So Drew said transitive math for why I could be national champion. Me and Chase had the same power numbers, which would have put me in that final group, and I beat Braden in a sprint at Big Sugar last year. Simple math.
How does he know what to put him in the group?
But Chase finished 30 seconds back.
Yeah.
That's how bad Chase is at sprinting.
There was some really steep part. I don't think it was a sprint. Like there was some really steep section of the course where Braden got away and he didn't have to sprint anyone.
Yeah, he won by 9 seconds over Michael Garrison and Cole Davis.
Yeah.
And then Alexi was also in that sprint. And Chase was another 30 seconds
It looked like
back.
the three dudes, second through fourth, did have some kind of sprint, but Braden had a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
Someone told me that it was like a cyclocross finish.
Yeah. I mean, from what I saw, that's what it looked like. Chase was literally
sand
running
pit?
his
What does
bike
that
up
mean?
the hill.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Braden and
must not
Michael
be very good at
Garrison and
cross.
Cole Davis and Alexi rode it, but Chase was running.
Wow.
That's because Chase isn't even 5 watts per kilo. There's
How
no
is that
way
a
he's making it
cyclocross
up that
finish?
hill.
You have to get off your bike?
Yeah. Also, I will say that, there was literally a meme about this. I've been talking a bunch of shit about Project Echelon, but I take it back after this weekend. Project Echelon got on the podium.
Nah, dude, make an excuse for them why they got there.
What's the guy's name that got there? What's the guy's name that got there?
Cole Davis.
Cole Davis, yeah. Is he on the Vanguard team or is he on the real team?
No, he's on the actual team.
Okay.
Is that after
He
this
might
weekend?
get demoted now, though, now that he had success in gravel to the Vanguard next year, but we'll see. Yeah, he's on the
retirement.
Yeah. I mean, this is the one time that a Project Echelon rider signed up for a gravel race and actually had a good result.
Whoa, dude. Peter dude, he won the single speed.
Was that the same guy as last year?
Peter Olenchek?
Yeah.
Olenichik.
You just call him Peter O because his name's too hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
He is also,
he's on the
won-
Vanguard team.
Okay.
Yeah.
He also won the
But he
amateur
won the single
Chequamegon.
Yeah, he won
dude, he's on a roll, man.
Wow, dude, he might
with
get
the lower
promoted.
category wins.
Might have to be picked back up.
It's like when Dylan would do the NUE series.
Dude, you know what I bet he's
There
going to do
is
next?
no lower.
He's gonna do
I
a
did
half
the highest
marathon
category
next.
at NUEs,
Yeah, but it's just
bro.
a series. The whole series as a whole is lower in status.
I mean, you could say that about Lifetime Grand Prix. It's lower in status than World Cups or World Tour.
Yeah, but it's what everybody wants to do. So you guys get to build it up and filter out the results to say what you got in terms of the Lifetime Grand Prix.
True.
Yeah, that grinds my gears when you do that. Oh, I was the third best Lifetime Grand Prix rider. Yeah, but you got like 10th in the race. Why does it matter?
Yeah. Also, according to Lifetime, it is the best riders in the world.
That's not true.
I'm just saying what Lifetime said in their video, dude. Don't shoot the messenger.
Lauren Stevens.
Yeah, she won.
Covered it. She get her feeding situation sorted?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Oh, because she got disqualified or something. Right?
No one's gonna write back in and call her out because she took a feed somewhere.
I don't know. The narc wasn't in the race, I don't think, right?
The narc.
The narc.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's racing, right?
We covered it off. Talked about all of it. Charm City this weekend. Scott, are you making a comeback?
No, definitely not. No, I might not even attend.
What?
Probably not.
Aren't you like contractually obligated as a Maryland or Baltimore citizen to show up?
I'm getting that surgery, so
not on Saturday or Sunday.
Well, yeah, but you like can't like. I gotta be like in the hospital still.
Dude, when's your surgery?
Thursday.
Oh shit! Wow.
It takes you that long to recover? I'd probably be ready by Sunday to race.
No. It's a long recovery.
Are you going to be able to podcast by the following Tuesday?
I'd hope I'd be able to podcast. That's like the only thing I actually can do.
Okay. We're just checking.
Maybe I'll start recording some just monologues and we'll post them or something. 3 hours.
All right, so let me tell you about chicken necks. When you go to the store, here's where you look for them. Well, thanks, Scott. I'm sad that we won't see you in Cyclocross. Maybe a little bit later. Maybe you'll be better by Nationals.
Where's Nats at this year?
Fayetteville.
Oh, really? You making a comeback?
No, I have obligations that weekend.
What are you getting? Iliac artery surgery, just like Scott. You can't do it.
He'll see how I return and then just go get both done.
If it gets Scott some clout, I'll consider it. I'll consider getting surgery.
All right.
Get some attention.
You got a golf tournament?
Dude, maybe that's a good idea. I should look that up.
Whatever he has going on, he really doesn't want to talk about it.
It's probably a wedding, and then he's afraid Dylan's going to shit on him for not. It's like his cousin's wedding or something. And he's like, dude, you're not going to do cross nationals, even though you don't care about cross anymore? Instead of going to his wedding?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, all right then.
Who's your picks for Road Worlds this weekend?
Oh yeah.
Does Remco do the double?
I say that Remco does the double. Yeah.
Double Olympic, double road world championship. Has that ever happened before? Probably not. Tell us in the comments where we're wrong.
It has to have happened, right?
No, I'm going to say no. Never happened. First time ever. I don't think anybody's even held all the world championship jerseys in the same year. I don't think it's ever happened before.
Pauline?
Nope. Hasn't happened.
She doesn't count.
I don't really know anything about the course. I don't know if it's like a climber's course or if it's going to be a sprint finish. So
it's a hard course. Definitely not a sprint.
Isn't it like 6,000 meters of altitude gain over the entirety of the race?
Something like that, yeah.
Which is
the climbs aren't super long. They're like 2K or something.
Oh, okay. But still, like 18,000 feet of climbing?
It's like hard the whole time.
Yeah. So it's like a shitload of climbing, but not for a long time.
Yeah, just over and over again.
All right.
It's also at altitude.
Yeah.
Do you know what like Kigali is at? Is it?
I think it's like 5,000 feet.
So that's like kind of altitude.
Look it up.
Yeah, but I feel like that's low enough altitude that you just acclimate.
Yeah,
What
I
do
feel
you
like most of these guys are. I feel like it's not that hard to get for a lot of these professional riders to be acclimated to that.
Humid there, or at least when I was
Was it?
there, it was extremely humid.
You did Tour of Rwanda?
Yep.
When did you do that?
2022.
Dang. Did not know that. Learn something new every day.
Yep.
What team were you on?
Wildlife Generation.
Vanguard team.
I almost didn't make it because I was locked in a
Are you
hotel.
All right, here,
allowed-
Scott. I've got a hypothetical for you. Actually,
What?
you can either be on the real Project Echelon team and just race an entire domestic calendar. Let's assume that
Gravel
back
calendar.
in the
Gravel
day,
calendar.
like there when road racing in the States was like pretty decent. Okay, you can race an entire domestic calendar, or you can be on the Vanguard team and go do a bunch of international races, but you have to be in the amateur category, like sick races all over the world.
Is this supposed to be a hard question?
Am I
He's
making
looking
the
at
same
me.
amount of
He's
money?
thinking about it.
Am I making the same amount of money?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably the domestic one.
I knew it.
Weak.
Just because it's easier to travel.
You can get more crabbing in.
Exactly.
Good point.
Also,
That's fair.
Scott doesn't want to go around the world and do amateur races.
He wants to finish mid-pack in the professional races locally.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I got to drop for a work meeting. But
All right.
I also have to leave. Why don't we just end it?
No.
Hold
we
on,
had-
Scott. We have one question that you have to do. We should do the Bonker Ballin' as a separate podcast sometime this week. We
What,
do entire.
this
Or just
week?
not. People hate it. People hate it.
No one hates it, dude. Everyone
Yeah,
loves
I
it.
saw a bunch of comments that said it's the most boring thing they listen to.
Okay, but if we do just it's a video just about Bonker Ballin'.
How about you
Then people
only
can
put it
choose
on
if they want it.
YouTube, though. Like, don't
it'll just be
give
on
people the
YouTube.
option to like.
Yeah, it
listen
probably
to 'cause
sucks
it's
to listen to it
terrible.
because
I mean, we could also
we're not doing a good job.
We could also describe the bikes better.
No, I think we should do it as a separate video on YouTube. But here, hold on. We've got an important listener question. It says, this is from Regis, mostly for Scott. I need help with my garage. Any experience with finishing concrete floors using epoxy? Do you have any deck standing advice? And then he says, Uncle Regis. This is your
Yeah.
uncle? Where
No,
did he go?
He left.
Oh, dude, what?
He left.
Do you know Scott have an Uncle Regis?
Uncle Regis is a mutual friend of Scott and I.
Okay.
And that was a
Well-
really lame question for him to ask.
Okay, well, sorry, Uncle Regis.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we're ending it.
Could we not answer listener questions right now?
We can.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go. All right. Let's hit a couple of listener questions, and then we'll bounce out of here.
All right.
This is from our boy iWeld. In your opinion,
He
how
sends
much?
a question like every week.
Yeah, dude, he's on it. In your opinion, how much, if any, Zone 2 is equal to a 5-minute quote-unquote blowout prior to an 8-minute effort? Would that just be a kilojoule comparison, as in how many kilojoules you burn in those 5 minutes, and equate that to time in Zone 2? I did a couple hours, normalized power Zone 2, then did VO2 max varying intensity 8-minute efforts. And the first interval was comparable to what I FTP tested in the past. I felt like it was a positive sign, but wasn't sure if there was any crossover.
What? So is he asking?
So you know how like before you go do like a power test, right?
Mhm.
Like I think the kind of like the latest standard for an FTP test is like 20-minute power test after you've done a 5-minute max effort,
Mhm.
or like that's kind of like a standard protocol these days.
Yeah.
So he's asking if you replace the 5-minute all-out effort with just time in Zone 2, can you get the same effect? Now, the interesting thing is he says he does an 8-minute power test, Well, he says there's an 8-minute varying intensity VO2 max efforts. I don't even know what that means. But he's basically trying to say, like, can you replace that 5-minute all-out effort with time in zone 2? And if so, how much?
Man, this is like way too technical a question for Bonk Bros, huh?
Yeah, but I read it, so too late.
I would say it depends on how fit you are. Like super fit pros doing 4 hours of zone 2 before this test will probably make little to no difference whatsoever. But if they had to do a max 5-minute effort before, it would make some difference.
Yeah.
Whereas a less fit person, if they had to do 4 hours of zone 2, they'd be smoked and they wouldn't do as well.
Right. So in that case, it's not just exchanging of kilojoules.
Well, how freaking hard would you have to go for 5 minutes to get the equivalent kilojoules of riding for hours at zone 2?
Not that long. Or I mean, you wouldn't have to ride at zone 2 for that long to equate kilojoules to the 5 minute effort.
So I mean, if we're talking about that, like riding for 5 minutes all out, or the equivalent kilojoules, however long it takes at zone 2, I mean, that's just a warm up. That's just a normal warm up. Like you're probably talking about, 30 minutes at zone 2, not even 20 minutes. I've never done the math.
We could do the math, but I don't feel like doing that right now.
That's just a normal warm up. Yeah, the zone 2 is not even remotely equivalent. So
basically, so he's basically just trying to pump himself up and say, like, I did what could, like, is what I did, could that be equated to like an FTP type effort? So he did 2 hours at zone 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did these 8-minute efforts. And he says those 8-minute efforts, he was doing power that he would have expected to do for an FTP test. So could he like pump himself up and say, yeah, I basically just did an FTP protocol?
This is some real Dizzle math going on right now. Like, no, you can't do this. I don't like using super short tests to approximate your FTP. Like CTS has this 2x8 minute protocol. I think the further away you get from your 1 hour power to estimate your 1 hour power, the less accurate it's going to be. So if you're trying to estimate your FTP off an 8 minute or a 5 minute or something like that, it's going to be highly inaccurate.
Right. Yeah, I used to be that guy that would only do the 8-minute test because I was way better at it and I could, inflate my FTP because of that. But when it came down to it, I was like, yeah, this is not accurate. So I had to start buckling down and doing the 20-minute test, which I haven't done in a long time. So yeah, I would say, Mr. Welder, I would go back and repeat your FTP protocol and see if you can do it. Like if you're just trying to like give yourself a pat in the back and say my FTP is bigger than it was last time, go redo it.
You know what Steven Seiler says? He's like, dude, just freaking ride for an hour as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does say that, which sucks.
Yeah.
Have you ever done an hour power?
I have, yeah. I haven't done it in a really long time, but I have.
That was pretty much it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Sounds like some people were trying to enter into Drew's fake Ponzi scheme bike giveaway. We actually had someone that like sent a real question and asking if it was legit, and I kid, it is legit, but it just seems sketch the way that he set it up. Okay,
well,
let's get
it
out of
also
here.
seems sketch the way that he announced it on the podcast, where he was talking about like, he hasn't gotten permission from the IRS or something, and he's like, just send it to my Venmo, and I'm like, dude, what the?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, if you hear from Braden and he wants to come on, maybe we'll do a bonus episode or something.
All right. Cool.
Okay. We'll see you.
See ya.